And the space that's right on the ground floor, beautiful kind of decor and lighting is just sitting there underutilized and empty.
That was the case before the pandemic at Kindred, a Mediterranean restaurant in Manhattan. It used to only be open for dinner, says Moshe, one of the owners. Now workers can rent a table for $25 a day, and there are tempting extras for sale. An a la carte lunch menu.
I go turn right on Miller.
1 million.
Yeah. Should we tell him?
Wi-Fi upgrades, charging stations, unlimited coffee. But Kindred is on track to pull in an extra $10,000 in sales this month. Shulman thinks people like not having to do the coffee shop hop. The awkward scrounge for Wi-Fi passwords and power outlets.
It's a mutual understanding between, the restaurant and then folks who are working to say, relax, get your work done, and enjoy, a dish or a glass of wine after.
As for Sundin, who is outside the bagel shop, he plans on nursing his $5 coffee until his laptop dies. I'm Kristen Schwab for Marketplace.
You can do it between a bagel and a $5 coffee or dinner and wine. If you miss us on the air, check out our podcast, marketplace.org. The Centers for Disease Control has extended for one last time, it says, the federal eviction moratorium. That gives the millions of tenants out there who can't make the rent a little bit of breathing room. End of July is the new deadline. There is federal rent relief money to be had, but it's not getting to everybody who needs it. So what do you suppose happens when the federal eviction protections go away in just over a month? Marketplace's Nancy Marshall-Genders on that one.
The one-month extension will give state and local governments more time to distribute $25 billion in federal pandemic rental assistance. Some have been slow to get the money out. Matt Losak heads the Montgomery County, Maryland Renters Alliance. He says they're afraid of fraud and
a lot of municipalities are not used to handling crisis operations.
Losak says 6 million renters nationwide are facing eviction. And it's like Laura, who last name used for fear of losing her job. She applied for rental assistance 2 months ago.
Honestly, very frustrated right now.
Laura works in a nursing home. She was afraid of getting benefits and took a month off from unpaid. Now she's $3,200 behind on her rent. She worries she'll be evicted. Laura is working and paying rent again. She just needs the federal aid to pay her back rent. Paula Cino is with the National Multifamily Housing Council.
We've seen data that suggests that residents are feeling that they're in a better place about meeting those rental agreements.
But Cino says long-term, the Section 8 federal housing program should be expanded. Maybe issues rent vouchers for low-income tenants. Michelle Zoma is at the Center for Budget and Policy Priorities. She says even more than fundamentals, Section 8 waivers.
ถนนชาร์ลจำได้ไหมที่อยู่แถวๆเนี้ย
Yeah.
มี
So many more people.
the guy said I have to call him so what time we can come to interview them. The two people, husband and wife, that's it. Okay. ถ้าคนนี้ตื่นแล้วมาได้ไหม
When?
tomorrow
Working out there.
What time?
I don't know I have to call him first.
Dow Schultz up 237
Oh.
points on this Friday, 0.6%, 34,000 to
Maybe.
433. The Nasdaq went the other way, down 9 points, less than a 10%
It's
actually.
your
Ended at
time to sleep too, mate.
14,360. S&P 500 up 14.3%,
The evening
42
ก็
and
พรุ่งนี้ก็มาได้
0. For the week, the 5 days gone by, the Dow in 3.4%, the Nasdaq up 2.3%, S&P 500 gained 2 and 7 tenths of 1%. Bank stocks went up. after the Federal Reserve posted positive results for its annual stress tests of 23 major American banks today. Citigroup, up 0.3%. Bank
So
of America
tomorrow
added
we go
1.9%.
one house?
Virgin Galactic shot
Oh.
more than 38%.
Okay.
The Federal Aviation Administration gave the green light to its plans to carry passengers into space a year
Yep.
ago.
Okay.
They just sent me
Retailer Nike left
one case of
15.5% on quarterly revenue and earnings that easily beat expectations. Bond prices went down, yield on the 10-year T-bills went up 0.5%.
Marketplace is supported by Circle CI. Now that every company is a software company, getting code to market quickly and securely matters. Learn why developers rely on Circle CI to manage their continuous integration and delivery pipelines at circleci.com. And by C3AI. C3AI software enables organizations to use artificial intelligence at enterprise scale, solving previously unsolvable business problems. Learn more at C3.ai. This is Enterprise AI. And by Raymond James, a firm focused on transforming lives, businesses, and communities through tailored wealth management, banking, and capital market solutions. Learn more at raymondjames.com.
As SpaceX grows on the South Texas coast, neighbors push back. Also, Tornado is giving 2 weeks notice. Weekly developments, science, politics, and all the latest news Saturday on Weekend Edition from NPR News.
Tomorrow morning from 7 to 10 on KDRA 90.1.
This is Marketplace. I'm Kai Rizdal. We learned this morning consumer spending was pretty much flat last month. A small bump in services, hotels, restaurants, that kind of thing. Thanks, of course, to all the vaccinations and decent savings that people have built up the past year and a half, and those same people now itching to travel. Data from earlier this month also tells us that people are spending more on certain goods, clothing among them, because not being stuck at home, am I right? But our relationship with our clothes, almost 18 months on now, it's changing, as Marketplace's Mariel Segarra tells us.
It was Memorial Day weekend, and Christy Carlson Gehring needed new clothes. Her office at Wichita State University in Kansas was about to reopen. So she went to the store, grabbed a pair of pants, and headed to the dressing room.
I mean, I intentionally picked a size up that I normally thought I wore, and